Bienvenidos guys, welcome back to another reaction video by your boy. Today we're going to be reacting to the new Death Battle. It came out yesterday, I did not know that. I thought it came out this week, that's my bad. Today we're going to be reacting to Chainsaw Man versus Yuji. I have not seen the video yet, so I'm going in with my eyes blind. But before we jump right in, please guys remember to hit the like button down below. It will mean a lot to me if you do so, as well as subscribe. We're currently at 109 subscribers. We're trying to get to 250. Thank you so much to the people that have subscribed. There's gonna be a lot of content coming here in the channel soon. A lot of gaming content, a lot of anime content, a lot of reaction content. So thank you, and let's go. All right, here we go, guys.
Say your prayers.
The animation is cool. Say your prayers. That's funny.
Yuji versus Denji.
The
Two
vessel
goofies.
of Sukuna versus the Chainsaw Man.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win
In a
a
death battle. All right.
If Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong.
Yes.
As his grandfather lay dying, he made Yuji promise to help others and not to die.
That's one thing that I've always been curious about, how no one questioned Yuji's abnormal strength. Like, no one thought, is this boy human? Like, even in like the show when Yuji was getting challenged by the coach didn't even question. Like, I'm sure he questioned it, but like, he didn't think there was any. He didn't react crazily to Yuji's strength. You know what I mean? Like, or anything like that. He still thought he could beat the kid despite all of that, which is crazy to me. But either way, Yuji's abnormal strength, at least at this point in the series, is interesting. I don't think any other protagonists were basically born with it. Nah. Forget that. Plenty of protagonists have. You get my point. I think Yuji's strength being not out of the ordinary in an unordinary world is kind of weird. But either way, I like Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's go.
Alone.
A promise Yuji would keep by joining Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, so they have his manga age of 83. Okay.
Essentially monsters manifested by humanity's fears, hatreds, and anxieties.
Just one problem for Yuji. Unlike everybody else, he didn't have a magical curse technique.
Nope.
Oh no, he had something way worse.
After consuming a cursed finger, like a literal finger, Yuji became possessed by its original owner, the King of Curses, Ryomen Sukuna. The most powerful
demon.
sorcerer in
Ryomen
history.
Sukuna's a demon.
Yuji's willpower was the only thing holding Sukuna back from
Yeah, pretty
controlling
much.
his body.
Though he didn't do a good
Everything
job at
inside
certain
and
points.
taken over the world.
So Yuji got to know his surly new roommate, and perhaps one day he would show him a kinder, gentler path.
A
No.
classic shonen hero's journey.
That did not happen. Okay, this isn't Naruto. Ryomen Sukuna did not give a single fuck about befriending Yuji at all. In fact, he wanted to make Yuji's life a living hell. Yeah, no. If you're watching Jujutsu Kaisen for the first time and you're going in thinking, oh, Ryomen has to be like Kurama from Naruto. No, it's not the same relationship. Even then, some people question why, that relationship with Naruto, and like how he, I guess not forgiven, but he got chummy with Kurama despite Kurama being the reason he has no parents. But I digress. Ryomen Sukuna did not give a fuck
If I've ever heard one.
at all
Yuji would
about
track
Yuji's
down
empathy or
and gnash
anything.
on the rest of Sukuna's cursed fingers before they caused any more trouble.
Yeah.
Fulfilling his late grandfather's wish to use his strength in service of others, surrounded by friends.
Yeah.
Proves that he's getting a first-rate education from the strongest sorcerer alive today, Gojo.
Gojo would teach Yuji to harness and manipulate the absolutely absurd amount of cursed energy he inherited from Sukuna.
Cursed energy is basically like evil ki, and Yuji can use it to see invisible curses and enhance his already superhuman strength and martial arts skills he learned from his gramps, making him a monster in close quarters combat.
Yuji knows Taido, a Japanese martial art derived from Okinawan karate.
That's sick though.
Focuses
Taito is
on
a sick
agility
martial
and
art, bro.
flexibility with the inclusion of spins, twists, tumbles, pulls, drops, rolls, and fleet footwork.
I love a good martial art.
Techniques like Divergent Fist.
Oof.
Yuji strikes an enemy so fast that his cursed energy takes a second to catch up, hitting his opponent twice and messing up their rhythm.
By perfecting that timing and applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a hit,
Okay.
Yuji can achieve the Black Flash.
Yes.
Increasing the power of his hit by a factor of 2.5. A feat that would require reaction speeds nearly 1,000 times faster than
Yeah,
sound.
it's like a Mach
It's
speed punch, basically.
impossible to do at will. You're so in the zone when you pull it off that it fully restores your cursed energy and boosts your output to 120%.
Look at
Yuji's
these
Black
demons.
Flashes are so strong in
Boom.
particular, the author himself stated
Boom.
that 5 in a row would have been enough to
Boom.
instantly kill the special grade curse Jogo.
Who did
Damn, 5 black
this?
flashes is all it
And
took.
this?
All it takes to kill Jogo.
And this.
How
Okay.
many has Yuji ever done in a row, you ask? 7.
And that's not
Yeah.
even the nastiest thing about
Wait. So it takes, according to Gege, it takes 5 black flashes to kill Jogo. And then we have over here, I think it was the 7 black flashes. He hit the forest spirit, and she survived 7. So, so what I'm getting from here is that Jogo is weaker than the forest spirit that they fought that attacked the school, and Jogo is weaker than this sack of shit here, Mahito. Apparently, Jogo ain't shit, because if all it takes is 5, and we've seen spirits tank more than 5, I guess Jogo ain't shit.
Yuji's punches.
Because another soul resides in his body, Yuji learned how to target the soul
Sorry.
itself, doing damage to opponents who could normally regenerate from his hits.
Yeah, this pink-haired
Boom,
brat
boom, boom,
was
boom,
a
boom, boom.
Jujutsu prodigy,
Do, do, do.
perfect for Gojo's dream. You see, it's lonely at the top, and Gojo wanted to train a crop of pupils powerful enough to share the burden of reforming Jujutsu society.
Until
He's just
one
giving high
fateful
fives
battle
butt
when
naked, bro.
Gojo was sealed away, and Sukuna took over Yuji's body. Then proceeded to
Murder people.
well, commit that whole mass murder thing
Yeah.
he was always going on about.
Basically, genocide.
Turns out Sukuna is evil. Like,
Yeah, no-
really,
no shit.
Really, totally, completely, irredeemably
Evil. Yep.
And it also turns out that every twist and turn in Yuji's life was orchestrated by the body-hopping sorcerer Kenjaku in order
Yes.
to resurrect Sukuna and bring about the curse apocalypse.
In Yuji's eyes, something he was completely responsible for. And so, having failed his grandfather, Yuji's outlook shifted.
No longer would he fight to protect others, but to kill curses.
And
Spirits.
after
Yeah.
Sukuna hopped bodies into Yuji's best pal Megumi, the King of Curses became numero uno on Yuji's
That's a big
shit list.
spoiler. I'm
Yuji's
surprised they
defeated
didn't put a
powerful
spoiler
disaster curses
warning.
of Hanami and Mahito, survived being slammed so hard he cratered the earth, and is comparable to sorcerers like Maki, who tanked
Maki's
getting
such a
rammed
badass,
through
bro. I
entire
love her.
mountain ranges.
Yuji also learned how to use super advanced abilities, like reverse curse technique, to heal himself from crazy damage. Like getting his torso shredded into
Yeesh.
chili. Ugh.
And in some other sorcerers' cases, even regrowing lost limbs.
Though it takes a lot of energy to regenerate blood. So after going on a cursed object feeding frenzy, he learned how to manipulate his own blood to speed up his healing.
Oh yeah, he ate
Or
his
fire like
siblings,
a
which
blood
is
beam.
gross.
A poisonous blood beam.
All of that combined made Yuji just tough enough to finally take on the King of Curses. Although greatly weakened after his victory against Gojo,
Rip. Literally.
Sukuna
Spoilers
was
again.
still the de facto strongest being alive. But after hitting him with a Black Flash, Yuji actually copied Sukuna's main ability.
Gojo's
That's crazy.
plan all along.
That is absolutely
This
crazy.
was Prime.
Boom.
With it, Yuji can slice apart any surface he touches, an enemy's flesh, the ground beneath him, even the boundary between two souls in one body. Enough hits can even cause those two souls to separate.
Like
Yeah.
a souped-up version of his normal punches.
Even better, Yuji finally gained access to the most powerful weapon in any sorcerer's
Domain
arsenal,
expansion.
A domain expansion.
Yep.
Basically, a pocket dimension created by the sorcerer where their ability will hit no matter what.
I don't remember
No
what Yuji's
contact
domain
needed.
is, but it's probably
If you're
pretty
trapped
sick.
in Yuji's domain, you're getting sliced to ribbons.
Okay,
With all
yeah.
his power and training and righteous fury, Yuji severed Sukuna's soul from Megumi's body.
That was a sick
freeing
fight,
his
bro. I'm
friend
excited
from
to see that in the
demon's
anime.
clutches. But not before offering Sukuna one last chance at redemption.
Which he rejected before dying because, well, evil. Leaving
Yeah.
Yuji to grow into one of the
Again, Sukuna is not Kurama. This wasn't happening, bro. Sukuna is an irredeemable piece of shit. It was never gonna happen.
Fearsome sorcerers in history.
Turns out the cursed objects that Yuji consumed made him part cursed and slowed his aging to a crawl, giving him decades of training and battle experience.
He's mastered blood manipulation, can pull off black flashes at will, and shredded entire cities apart with Shrine. Just like Gojo and Sukuna before him,
he became the king.
The strongest.
But what actually makes someone truly strong? For Sukuna, it was the power to stand alone atop all others. But to Yuji, it was the opposite.
The only reason he had survived as long as he had was because of the mercy and sacrifice of his friends.
So Yuji brought together friends and allies.
He still looks sick, not gonna lie.
Eventually free from curses entirely.
Even at his age.
Not just Gojo's wish, but his grandfather's as well.
Because if Yuji Itadori was one thing, he was strong.
Yuji broke the older protagonist haircut curse. He looks fucking sick.
Life sucks and then you die.
Especially for the young
Quoting
boy,
Vince
Denji,
McMahon.
Who was
Jesus
so
Christ.
poor and unlucky, he doesn't even know his last name.
With an alcoholic father forever indebted to the Yakuza, and a diet consisting of whatever garbage he could get his hands on, all Denji had in this world was his dog, Pochita.
Who happened to have a chainsaw sticking out of his face.
Pochita
Really
is so
putting the
cute.
tear in terrier.
Pochita wasn't an actual dog, obviously. He was a devil. Monstrous superpowered beings literally from hell that are created by and represent humanity's worst fears. In
Similar to
Pochita's
curses
case, literally
created
the
by human fear.
personification of chainsaws.
Oh, he's so cute. Who would
He is,
be
yeah.
afraid of chainsaws? They're the most versatile tool in the
Demons,
world.
apparently.
Perfect for chopping trees, opening cans, massacring your foes.
Apparently, Pochita had no problem with that last part, as he and Denji hunted down and killed his devil brethren.
It's a tough job, but when selling your testicles won't pay off your dad's debts, it'll do.
That is, until Denji was
Yeah,
cornered
Denji
and forced
Denji
to learn
suffered a
about those
lot,
two
bro. He didn't deserve to go
universal
through any of the
constants.
shit he went
Life
through.
sucks, and then you die.
But sometimes, if you're really unlucky, there's a third option.
Born from his and Pochita's contract, a literal deal with the devil, Pochita would become one with Denji's body in exchange for Denji to live a happy life.
And so
I
the two
think
fused
Pochita's
into
such
a
a
half-human,
cool guy, bro.
half-devil hybrid, the Chainsaw Man. AKA a one-man, blood-soaked devil-slaying machine. The perfect candidate for the public safety devil hunters, led by this piece of work. With
Yeesh.
nothing controlling him but his raging teenage hormones,
I mean, yeah,
Denji
he
would
is a
battle
young
all
boy.
the devil kind in the hopes of one day getting laid.
And he was a natural at killing, not getting laid. As the
No.
Chainsaw Man, Denji can slice through just about anything and generate new chainsaws from any surface of his body.
Or swing him around on massively long chains. Oh man, that's so cool.
It helps
Is that a
Denji is
chainsaw shark?
incredibly
That's so
powerful,
sick.
Capable of lifting and throwing cars, surviving being blasted through several buildings, and moving way faster than the eye can see.
And if he happens to get torn apart by some ornery devil, no biggie, because he can regenerate from just about anything.
Denji has survived being sliced to pieces, having his head torn off, being dipped in demonic stomach acid for hours, and even getting his heart ripped out.
Haven't we all? Chainsaw Man
Jesus.
didn't regenerate his heart. Oh no, his heart regenerated a Chainsaw Man.
Even separating Denji and Pochita won't stop them. When
Nope.
Denji was stuck in this alternate dimension, he and Pochita still possessed a metaphysical connection.
With their stomachs.
While his healing factor can be overtaxed, all he needs to do is drink some blood and he's back to full health.
And considering
Similar
that
to,
Chainsaw
the
Devil's
Bomb
Heart
Devil,
is
yep.
basically an infinite blood exploit, he almost never runs out, only limited by the violence-induced psychotic frenzy he enters in combat.
Well, he's not actually crazy. Denji might be, okay, definitely is an under-socialized moron led by his dick, but he's surprisingly clever in combat.
Almost always thinking outside the box and coming up with so dumb they're brilliant strategies to take on devils that should be too strong for him.
In short, Denji was the perfect soldier and was rewarded for his efforts with something that began to resemble a happy life. Aki, the stern older brother, Power, the bratty younger sister, and Makima, his boss and the girl of his dreams.
All Denji had to do to finally score with that dead-eyed redhead was to kill the most fearsome devils in existence, like the Typhoon Devil who created a massive hurricane, or the Bomb Devil who could blow up most of a city, or the Gun Devil who could travel around the world and kill over 1 million people in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
But Plot twist, he had to kill Makima too, because she was secretly the control devil.
Yep.
One of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Everything she told Denji was a lie. The happy life he created, the family he made, all of it was designed to be torn down.
All with one goal, to force Denji to break his contract with Pochita and become her servant. Order 66ing every devil she didn't like. But when Denji did break, Pochita took over.
Yep.
Now,
The
Pochita
real
looked cute
Chainsaw
and
Demon
cuddly,
came
but
out
the
when
Chainsaw
Denji
Devil
broke.
is one of the strongest
real
and
demon.
scariest dudes in the universe, capable of tearing through hordes of devil hybrids like nothing.
More
Yep.
than enough to give Denji his opening to beat Makima by cutting her up into sashimi and eating her whole. A very similar solution to the Chainsaw Devil's most powerful ability.
Anything Pochita eats gets deleted from existence. Yeah,
So
like
he
it never happened
ate
in the
her
first
so that
place.
the control
World War
devil would
II?
disappear.
Good. Nada. Nuclear frickin' bombs? A light, tasty afternoon snack, thank you very much. Forgive me, chainsaws. I knew not your power.
He also ate the Death Devil. Yes, Denji ate death, which means no one on Earth could die.
Oh, you think that's messed up? Let's talk about his next romance, Asa.
A sweet, shy,
Oh.
awkward girl, perhaps Denji's one true love.
Those who read
except
manga,
for the fact that she
you
shares
know.
a body with Makima's sister, Yoru, the War Devil.
Who herself is in love with the greatest warmonger of them all, the United States of America.
And Yoru was determined to use her love of the USA to drown the world in a ceaseless hurricane of blood.
Denji, buddy.
Does
you ever
Yoru
considered
exist in
maybe
real life
switching
or
to
what?
guys or something?
Jesus.
Because every single woman you meet has tried
Do
to
kill him.
kill you.
It
Yeah.
was in Denji's climactic
Denji's
battle
so
with the War
unlucky
Devil
when it
that
comes
his
to
and
women,
Pochita's
bro.
bond finally matured, giving Denji full control of the Chainsaw Devil's power. A kind of Denji man, I guess.
Which he used to kick the War Devil's ass. And
Yeah,
she was no joke.
Denji
Strong
man
enough
is
to shoot
terrifying.
Pochita from across the globe with a near light speed 2-ton bullet from the goddamn Statue of Liberty. Better yet, Yoru was so powerful she turned Oregon into a sword. Yes, the state of Oregon.
Huh?
Crumple the entire
That's
landmass
that's
into
weird.
a blade, fly it over to Japan, and swing it at Denji. And he matched its power.
She also threw the American flag at him. The one on the moon. You know, the moon in space. In seconds. And he dodged it.
With the whole world literally falling apart, Pochita realized that becoming Chainsaw Man made Denji's dream for a normal life
Yeah.
impossible.
Something Denji was always too stubborn and selfish to realize until it was too late.
So Pochita did what any good dog would do. Eat himself and erase the Chainsaw Devil from existence,
Aw.
creating a new world without him and leaving Denji just Denji.
But maybe all this time, Denji was enough. Being Chainsaw Man could not save his loved ones, but being Denji could.
Because, sure, life sucks and then, yeah, you'll die.
You
But
die.
while you're stuck in between, chasing your dreams with your buds can help make life worth living.
Most people didn't like that ending, but I kind of
Alright,
see the hope
battle's
in it.
about to start. But first, pitch calls are back. Yep. Hey, I'm Chad, the voice of Boomstick. And we've reopened Death Battle pitch calls on the Death Battle store. It's a way for you to meet with Ben and I.
Your pitch at Death Battle. All
Okay,
right,
there we
the
go.
combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
Time
time
for a death battle!
battle!
You gotta say that every single time. I gotta say it. Sorry. Oh, I deadass don't know who's gonna win this. The strongest curse, or the greatest demon. Who knows? It's a toss-up for me, guys.
I've never felt such weird cursed energy like
The question is if Denji
Say
eats
your prayers.
our boy Yuji, does Yuji disappear? That's the question. Ooh, this animation's dope. All right,
You're a chainsaw curse? Oh no!
kind of.
Hero doll! Kicker masses! Magnet to chicks! Half man!
Magnet the chicks. Yeah, horrible chicks. What the fuck do you mean magnet the chicks? You mean demons? Jesus. That's a low blow, Denji, even for you, bro. Bro. Oh, he called him a punk ass. Alright, I see what we're doing, Death Battle. The music is as good as always, bro.
Wait for it.
Oh shit, he punched him right through a fucking wall. Okay.
I realized you had 2 cursed energy sources in one body, so I separated them. Speaking of,
I don't know if that'll work. Oh shit. The real chainsaw demon came out. Oh crap. Oh fuck. Look how terrifying that is. I'm pretty sure Yuji can control blood, right? I wonder how they'll use that in this fight.
domain expansion.
You messed up, baby! Pochita and I are brothers! You'll never keep us apart!
Diddy though, you're in his domain. Anything in his domain will get severed. Black flag. Boom. 1.
Domain expansion.
The fuck? Okay, you can't use the domain. He just lied.
Finally got you to stop moving! See? We can be smart too, huh?
Punk ass bitch.
Oh shit, he called you punk ass bitch back! Boom! Second black flash. Ooh! Oh man, he's surviving that. Okay. I guess it would make sense. But I thought there was a limit to how many times Chainsaw Man can heal. He needs blood, if I remember correctly. If he hits that limit. Boom! Okay, they broke the reality.
Human and a curse. Brothers. You don't see that every day.
All right, Pochita.
So
I wonder if
did
that burger
Yuji
place is still
lose?
open.
Okay, so how are they gonna explain this?
Yuji Itadori was one thing. He was strong. Just not strong enough today.
Let's break this down into 4
Okay,
chapters.
explain this to me.
Speed,
How did Yuji
skill,
lose?
Abilities and
Because I'm pretty sure
First
Yuji.
off, who was faster?
Yuji's greatest speed feat is the Black Flash.
Yeah.
In order to apply cursed energy within 1 microsecond of a strike, Yuji would have to move.
Chainsaw
and
Man
react
is faster,
over
yes, I'll agree with that.
900 times the speed of sound.
Insanely fast. But remember that time Denji
Yep.
dodged that flag that Yoru summoned from the moon? You know, the one that's over 200,000 miles away?
Considering Denji's position from start to impact, all while in the midst of a fast-paced battle, this must have happened in a matter of seconds.
Well, lowball it and say 10. Though it'd probably have to be faster to use against Denji in a fight.
This means the flag must have been moving over 12% the speed of light.
Over 100 times faster than the Black Flash.
Okay.
Now, Yuji has gotten significantly
So he-
stronger
because he-
since
he
that
dodged
instance,
that? Yeah,
but
that
we
makes
know
sense,
for
yeah.
a fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen, relativistic speeds are something humanity has explicitly not yet achieved.
So it's pretty clear that Denji takes speed.
However, Yuji has made a career out of going up against enemies far out of his league by relying on his skill.
And what a career it's been! He defeated the King of Curses all before he was even an adult, and he continued to train and master his jujutsu techniques for decades.
Whereas Denji, while certainly a clever, unorthodox fighter, would often get by due to his sheer stubbornness and durability more than anything else.
With Yuji's greater experience and martial arts combined, he was definitely the more
Yeah, so
skilled
Yuji takes
fighter.
skill.
What
Okay, I agree
wasn't
with
as
that.
clear-cut was who had the better abilities.
Specifically, how well they can cut each other.
Okay, so this is where it's confusing to me, right? Wouldn't they told us in the video that Denji had a limit to healing, right? He had a metaphorical limit, and then in order for it to reset, he had to eat blood. And I don't know if I was paying attention to the fight, but if I missed it, let me know. I don't know. I don't think he ate blood in that fight, right? Yuji has the reverse curse technique that he could basically refresh with every black flash, which refreshes his curse energy. So that's the confusing part. Technically, Yuji would be able to endure a little longer than Denji in terms of that, even if he can't match him in speed. So that's where the confusing part is for me.
And how well they can heal from being cut. So I guess it's their cut ability.
Both could survive pretty insane wounds,
Yeah.
but Denji's devil healing factor was superior.
The most Yuji has ever healed.
Okay, so
were
they're
some
going with
big slashes
healing
against his
factor.
stomach.
And while others,
But not
similarly
with the
powerful sources
limit
like
of it,
Gojo
okay.
could regenerate lost limbs, Denji could regenerate almost all of his body from a single cord pull. That being said, Yuji's soul targeting attacks have done lasting damage against those with superior healing like Mahito.
Not just that, but literally splitting two souls apart.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he beat Sukuna, and he could potentially do the same thing to break apart Denji and Pochita.
However, it's not so simple. Sukuna was already severely weakened at the time, and it took Yuji several hits to separate him and Megumi.
And on top of that, even if Denji and Pochita were split up, we know they keep a metaphysical connection when apart. In fact, they were split up when they were fighting Makaba, and they had no problem rejoining. No reason they couldn't do it again here.
However, Denji's healing factor isn't unlimited. He'll need
Yeah,
more
that's
to
the
heal
confusing part.
eventually, and the range and speed of Yuji's slashes would force Denji to tank them to get up close.
Even if he could,
Mm-hmm.
Yuji's healing factor wouldn't last nearly as long against Denji's chainsaws.
Okay, so
But
we're
then
saying Yuji
could
doesn't
back
have a
off,
fat-
Denji chase him, and so on.
Like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, neither had a clear edge in cut ability.
So
what it
they're
ultimately
equal.
Came
Okay.
down to was power.
They're tied.
Who could do the most damage and wear the other guy down
Well,
first?
if it's pure power, of course Denji's gonna win this. Because like Denji is destroying buildings and shit. Like he could break moons and
Slicing
crap.
apart an entire city is one of the most impressive feats in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. By measuring the clouds of dust created in his attack's wake, we can estimate he launched over 5.5 million tons of debris into the air. That kind of force is equivalent to over 3 megatons of TNT, comparable to a hydrogen bomb.
But
Man.
unfortunately for Yuji, while he could cut apart a city, Denji was Oregon level.
The state of Oregon is the 9th largest in the Union by total area.
I guess,
Nearly
yep.
100,000 square miles. By estimating its volume, Yoru compressed a mass weighing over 750 trillion tons. One swing from that sword would hit with an energy of over 30,000 megatons
Okay.
of TNT.
Which is like 10,000 hydrogen bombs.
I agree with this.
And not only did Denji survive a swing, he straight up overpowered it. That's insanely
I like how
strong,
they
but
wrote
not
Oregon to
inconsistent.
represent
like
it.
the time Yoru fired that globe-spanning near-light-speed bullet from the Statue of Liberty.
Sure, Yuji's citywide dismantle was done casually, but so was Yoru crumpling Oregon. Yuji's dismantles would need to be 1,000,000% stronger to do significant damage to Denji.
Especially with Denji's OP healing factor too.
Denji takes the final edge in power. All Denji needed was one good hit to finish the fight.
Okay, I agree with
And
that.
With his far greater speed, it was only a matter of time.
So they were pretty
Say,
much
Yuji,
tied.
Denji's
And
just
powers
got that
was
dog in
what
him.
is
The
what
winner
broke
is
through.
Denji,
I agree.
the
Okay,
Chainsaw
I like
Man.
it. Okay, I can agree with this.
Next time
I'm not
on
mad at it.
Death Battle.
Who's next? Who's next? Okay, so Hyperion?
Subscribe and join
Oh,
us
and
as a member to
okay, so they're using Sentry and Superboy Prime? That doesn't seem like a fair fight. Does it? Like, isn't Superboy Prime the guy, the Superboy or the Superman figure that literally breaks the laws of the universe and is from our universe or whatever? I guess, I don't know. I'm excited for that. We'll watch that one. So I agree with their takes. They, I came around to understanding that it was less of like who can. It was more about who can heal from worser things, and Denji does take that. Yeah, okay. And no, sorry, no, they were equal in that point, and then power was the differentiating factor, and Denji beats Yuji. I'm sure Yuji can get close to Denji in power, but this is obviously up to the writer. Gege didn't really write Yuji to need any more power than he did, while the writer for Chainsaw Man did. So at the end of the day, with these power videos, it's all about the writer's intention. You know what I mean? But it is really interesting, and for this point, Denji is stronger than Yuji. At least as far as we have in terms of information. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you guys agree with them on their take of Denji winning? If you guys thought Yuji win, why? I would love to know. And yeah, let me know if you guys are also excited about this next fight and how fair it is. we saw Sentry in the new movie, but I'm like, Superboy Prime is practically, multiversal levels, so I don't know. I don't know about that. But either way, I'm excited to see that one. That's about it. I'm gonna sign off, and adios.